it's Good News with Dick Baumbach. I'm Jeff Heiser here with Mr. Baumbach, bringing us the good news of the week. How are you, Mr. Baumbach?
I am doing absolutely great, and we've got people that are contacting us about this little project we're running.
Yeah, but you know what? Some of them just haven't been on the money yet.
What can I tell you?
So you want to explain it one more time? Well, again this week.
Yeah. What we're doing is these are good news stories that occurred several years ago. And we want to show people that good news continues on. And so what we want to do is anybody who identifies the specific year that these good news stories were broadcast, they will then win an Apple gift card. And the way they win it is they contact either you or me at spacecoastcityguide@gmail.com,
and me at info@talknetworkradio.com.
And then we will award them the Apple gift cards.
You know, this past week we had a few that were pretty close, but they were off just a little bit by the year. So we still have it available. It's still a possibility to. It's not the lotto.
Well,
but it's an Apple gift card.
An Apple gift card.
So the first news story that you have for this year, on this week, is a pizza customer leaves huge tip in workers' college fund.
Yep, this happened in Turtle Lake, and what happened is an anonymous customer at this Wisconsin store heard that there were people who needed college fund money. And so he verified it with the owner. The owner does not know who it was. And he went over to the tip jar and put in $400.
Wow.
$100 for each one of the 4 college students working.
Wow. And what kind of store was this?
It was a pizza store.
A pizza store. Wow. That was some pretty good pizza, I guess.
I'm thinking so. I would think so.
Here's a big slice just for you. The next story that you have is girl delivering thousands of toys to sick kids makes final tally after 13 years.
Yes.
Now she didn't pass away or anything? Did
No. She is just graduated from college. But when this happened, she started when she was 5 years old, and she decided that she wanted to do a bunny drive for sick patients at a local children's hospital.
Wow.
And so every year, her name, by the way, is Haley Whitley, and every year she broke her own record. The first year, she collected 3,767 stuffed animals.
That's a lot of stuffed animals.
That's amazing.
That really is.
And she just was on mission, and she has collected a total of 28,772 stuffed animals that are not just for that children's hospital now, but now went to other children's hospitals.
That's amazing.
And she just says that was her mission, and she wanted to make sure that she could help out other kids.
Wow.
And so I would love to know what she's doing now with her life.
Did she start a nonprofit or
Exactly.
what has she done? That's an amazing story. I mean, a couple of weeks ago I did a story on my show about focus and how you have to stay on, homed in on whatever it is that you're doing. And this young lady was definitely focused to be able to collect over 28,000 stuffed animals. That's
well, and if I run into her, I'll bring one of the stuffed animals to you.
Oh my gosh. The next one we have is prison inmates get rescue cats ready for adoption. Now, this isn't about Wayne Ivey, is it?
No, it's not. No, it's not. This is actually the Silver Star unit of Larch Corrections Center in the state of Washington. And, there's locked doors, announcements and everything, but you also hear the meows. And what they do is they take rescue cats and keep them alive and keep them groomed until they can be. That's their mission.
Wow. Now, they don't keep them in the cells with them, do they?
They don't keep them in the cells, but they work with them every single day, and they are proud. And the warden says that one of the things that is amazing is how these inmates come out better because they took care of somebody.
Yeah, that's interesting that you said that. A couple of weeks back, I actually had a brief conversation with our sheriff, and I was asking him about they've taken over the animal control and mostly dogs and what have you, and what he thought. And he said the same thing. It's actually given a lot of the inmates a mission to stay focused on, and it really helps them out.
Well, and it's interesting, too, you said that, because the other day I met some people from Alaska, and they were riding with me, and they went by the farm, and they said, if we had one of those in Alaska, we wouldn't have the type of crime.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, our sheriff does a really good job. He really does, and there's a lot to be said for him. Your next story is skydiver Craig Stapleton survives hitting the ground at 30 miles per hour. Now, I have to tell you, I think I've hit the wall at 30 miles per hour.
Yeah, well, Craig probably wishes he was hitting the wall. He and his lady friend are skydivers, and they were skydiving in Lodi, California, and his parachute and backup stopped working.
Oh, man.
And so he thought, this is it. And at the last moment, the secondary chute caught inside the first, and he hit the ground, but he hit it in a mud field in the vineyard, so that
all of his momentum was
absorbed by the mud, and as a result, he survived.
He survived, but he will be a fossil going forward.
And he'll also be very dirty. No, but he said, and his lady friend said that she thought it was all over, and so did the pilot of the plane.
Wow. That's somebody was on his side, definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely. Yeah. Well, that was another group of amazing stories from years past, and you want to tell them one more time how they can participate in this contest?
Sure. If they would to contact either me at spacecoastcityguide@gmail.com or you
at info@talknetworkradio.com,
and just give us the year that these stories were first broadcast, the first person that we get this from, they will get an Apple gift card.
Now, they have to give us a little bit of information about the story, so that we know that they're not just...
Right. They just can't pick out a year and say whatever.
Right.
But they, and again, for all we know, Craig might be listening to this.
And he might get the Apple. Yeah, he might feel real lucky today.
And say, hey, I want an Apple card.
Now, we do have a few rules, right?
Right.
Our family members cannot participate.
That's true.
So no Baumbachs and no Heisers can call in on this. We've had some people pretty close, but we just haven't had any cigars yet handed out.
Cigars, okay.
Oh yeah, I meant Apple gift cards.
Okay.
Well, thank you again, Mr. Baumbach, for another wonderful week of great news stories. And until next week, take care.
You too. Take care, Jeff.